The Law of One, Book 3, Part 2, Session number 51, continued. Questioner: Thank you. It seems to me, and you can tell me where I am going wrong with this statement, that we have 7 bodies, each corresponding to one of the 7 colors of the spectrum, and that energy that creates these 7 bodies is a universal type of energy that streams into our planetary environment and comes in through the 7 energy centers that we have called chakras to develop and perfect these bodies. Each of these bodies is somehow related to the mental configuration that we have, and the perfection of these bodies and the total instreaming of this energy is a function of this mental configuration. And through this mental configuration, we may block, to some extent, the instreamings of energy that created these 7 bodies. Could you comment on where I am wrong and correct that which I have stated? Ra: I am Ra. Your statement is substantially correct. To use the term mental configuration is to oversimplify the manners of blockage, of instreaming, which occur in your density. The mind complex has a relationship to the spirit and body complexes, which is not fixed. Thus, blockages may occur betwixt spirit and mind, or body and mind, upon many different levels. We reiterate that each energy center has 7 subcolors, let us say, for convenience. Thus, spiritual mental blockages combined with mental bodily blockages may affect each of the energy centers in several differing ways. Thus, you may see the subtle nature of the balancing and evolutionary process. Questioner: I am unsure as to whether this will provide an avenue of questioning that will be fruitful, but I will ask this question since it seems to me that there is a connection here. On the back of the book, Secrets of the Great Pyramid, there are several reproductions of Egyptian drawings or works, some showing birds flying over horizontal entities. Could you tell me what this is and if it has any relationship to Ra? Ra: I am Ra. These drawings of which you speak are some of many which distort the teaching of our perception of death as a gateway to further experience. The distortions concern those considerations of specific nature as to processes of the so-called dead mind-body-spirit complex. This may be termed in your philosophy the distortion of Gnosticism, that is, the belief that one may achieve knowledge and a proper position by means of carefully perceived and accentuated movements, concepts, and symbols. In fact, the process of the physical death is, as we have described before, one in which there is aid available, and the only need at death is the releasing of that entity from its body by those around it, and the praising of the process by those who grieve. By these means may the mind, body, spirit, which has experienced physical death, be aided, not by the various perceptions of careful and repeated rituals. Questioner: You spoke at an earlier time of rotational speeds of energy centers. Am I correct in assuming that this is a function of the blockage of the energy center, so that when it is less blocked, the speed of rotation is higher and the energy in streaming is greater? Ra: I am Ra. You are partially correct. In the first 3 energy centers, a full unblocking of this energy will create speeds of rotation. As the entity develops the higher energy centers, however, these centers will then begin to express their nature by forming crystal structures. This is the higher or more balanced form of activation of energy centers, as the space-time nature of this energy is transmuted to the time-space nature of regularization and balance. Questioner: What do you mean by crystal structures? Ra: I am Ra. Each of the energy centers of the physical complex may be seen to have a distinctive crystalline structure in the more developed entity. Each will be somewhat different, just as in your world, no 2 snowflakes are alike. However, each is regular. The red energy center often is in the shape of the spoked wheel. The orange energy center in the flower shape containing 3 petals. The yellow center again in a rounded shape, many-faceted as a star. The green energy center, sometimes called the lotus shape, the number of points of crystalline structure dependent upon the strength of this center. The blue energy center, capable of having perhaps 100 facets and capable of great flashing brilliance. The indigo center, a more quiet center which has the basic triangular or 3-petaled shape in many, although some adepts who have balanced the lower energies may create more faceted forms. The violet energy center is the least variable and is sometimes described in your philosophy as 1,000-petaled, as it is the sum of the mind-body-spirit complex distortion totality. Questioner: Right now I feel a feeling at the indigo center. If this center were totally activated and not blocked at all, would I then feel nothing there? Ra: I am Ra. This query, if answered, would infringe upon the law of confusion. Questioner: Immediately after the death of the physical body, you have stated that the primary activated body is the indigo, and you stated that it is the form maker. Why is this so? Ra: I am Ra. This will be the last full query of this session of working. The indigo body may be seen to be an analog for intelligent energy. It is, in microcosm, the logos. The intelligent energy of the mind-body-spirit complex totality draws its existence from intelligent infinity, or the Creator. This Creator is to be understood both in macrocosm and microcosm, to have, as we have said, 2 natures, the unpotentiated infinity, which is intelligent. This is all that there is. Free will has potentiated both the Creator of us all and ourselves as co-creators with intelligent infinity, which has will. This will may be drawn upon by the indigo or form-making body and its wisdom, used to then choose the appropriate locus and type of experience which this co-creator or sub-logos you call so carelessly a person will take. I am Ra. This is the time for any brief queries. Questioner: Is there anything that we can do to make the instrument more comfortable or to improve on the contact? Ra: I am Ra. All is well. You are conscientious. I leave you now, my brothers, in the love and in the light of the one infinite Creator. Go forth, then, rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one infinite Creator, Adonai.